Fyendal Hobby. Alright, so this is our second online preview. Our first was for Uprising. Alright, so we are actually a store that runs weekly armory and have an online web store that's, if anyone is looking for a full suite of products, you can actually find us. We also buy cards, and if you're coming in person to Battle Hardened during December, you can bring down the cards that you would like to sell and we will be able to purchase them from you. Alright, so let's take a look at the our small web store. Alright, so this is a preview of our website, and we will be listing up the Dynasty singles during the Dynasty release weekend. And if you're looking to purchase some of the swags from Calling Singapore and possibly from World Championship this weekend, we will also be stocking up some of the artist proof by the fabulous artists and also signed playmats. Alright, so if you'd like to actually visit us, this is our address: 809 French Road, 06154, Teacher Complex, Singapore 200 8069. And if you'd like to contact us, you could actually contact us through our WhatsApp or on Facebook. Alright, so now we've done with our sponsored post, we will continue with a preview. Okay, so right, so for those who knows about the preview, alright, so this is what we have on the LSS website on the preview. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. Alright, so we have a slide, okay. Issue, okay, alright, okay, so now we are back in business. Okay, so you'll be able to see the Dynasty spoilers that we have on the FAB TCG website. So alright, so this is actually a pre-recorded video, so you will be able to see some cards that have already been spoiled that's not found here. Alright, so there are a few cards that have been previewed. Alright, so our preview is actually on 2nd November, so you will be able to see that we have actually 2 cards preview. Alright, so we have 2 cards preview, and we are going to preview it today now with you all. Alright, so you'll be able to see the stream of the card preview. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards preview. Alright, okay. Alright, so now we are going to unseal the cards. Alright, knowing that there is actually 2 cards in here. Alright, so what we are going to do will be slightly different. Alright, so because we have the liberty of time, we took the chance to actually have an interview with the artist. Alright, so now we are going to take a look at who draw this card. Okay, so this is a card drawn by Carlos Cruchaga. Alright, hope I didn't butcher his name. And the card drawn is Crouching Tiger. Alright, so Crouching Tiger, it's linked to the card Predatory Streak in November Army, and take a look at this art. Alright, it looks really awesome. If you're used to it, it looks like the 90s kind of feel of, okay, maybe not 90s, like if you're into Chinese culture, you'll be able to see that there is such watercolor art of artists, watercolor art paintings that's by the Chinese artists. Alright, so let's take a look at the cards drawn by the Carlos. Alright, so we have actually a plethora of cards drawn by Carlos. Right, Yorick, notable ones: Yorick, Kosham, Alluvian, Marvel Phoenix, Flame, and all these cards. So we did have actually a short interview with a Carlos, but due to the time constraint, we're actually only able to actually do a written interview. So we have actually asked some questions of it to him. So we are going to go through the questions and take a look at this art of the card that we have spoiled. Alright, Crouching Tiger. Alright, the tiger that's menacing the villagers. Okay, so then on the left, all the cards that's drawn by Carlos. So we actually did ask him about a slight small introduction about himself. Alright, so he is a illustrator of LSS. So what he has mentioned is that for a long time he has dedicated himself to the area of illustration in various agencies with fantasy themes, and he also worked with many publishers and been part of animation projects. So in such animation projects, it's actually like a long distance runner where they have to do a lot of different works, and up until when the work is finished and the work is published, that's where you will be able to see the work. Alright, and so it takes a long time before the work gets published. Alright, so classical art has also been a favorite for him. So what strikes him the most is the expression, the feeling the artist embodies in each work, in each brushstroke. Alright, so that's also the reason why he has dedicated himself to create the feeling of digital art by making it look traditional, based on painting techniques, texturing, and brushes. Alright, so if you ask me, I really thought that this is a hand-drawn art instead of a traditional art, instead of a digital art. Alright, so it actually gives him great satisfaction and led him to interesting results. Alright, so other than that, we actually did ask him when did he start drawing for LSS. Alright, so he actually started a little over 2 years ago. Alright, so he's didn't really start at first with WTR, I would say, based on his what he has mentioned 2 years back. So as a curious person, he is always looking for images for his database, and suddenly he went across LSS page where there are great artists and great community that enjoys the game. So at that moment, he decided to send his portfolio to the agency, and he managed to get on stuff. So for the next question, we asked him what was the card that he has drawn, the first card drawn. Alright, so this is the art Gorganian Tomb. Okay, so what was the concept art of it? It was to illustrate the book located in the podium of Solana's Soul's Church. Alright, so hopefully this is like a preview of the world, the lore of how it is in the world of Ralph. Alright, so illuminated with rays of light and some dead creatures around it. One of the things that he liked about LSS is the precise job of describing the scenarios and sensations to be transmitted in the scene. A clear and exact text, along with the art directors, that gives a very clear and precise vision, which helps them, the artists, to direct the art that they want in the correct direction and the right direction. And with that, he also wants to give thanks to Robbie, MJ, Sam. Both of them will actually be at World's Championship, and Kathleen, who are actually the great team from LSS who has been working with the artists. Right. So we have more questions. So I did ask him, like, in general, how long he takes to finish an artwork. So it really depends on the image that's made by that's answered by Carlos. So it really depends on the concept, whether it's pre-designed, new concept, like weapons, clothing, and characters that have been pre-designed. Alright, so there are also other things that do not exist and must be designed from scratch. So these are the things that would make them spend more time to create an something from nothing, an idea from nothing. So as an illustrator, illustration has a huge process behind it. He does research, ideas, sketch, color test, updating and corrections before the artworks gets sent to the studio. Alright, so with all the details being cleared on the direction of the art which is precise, it helps them to actually have a flow of doing it more quickly, of them doing the artwork correctly. So with that, he thinks that an estimate of a week with the previous processes of the idea, research, sketches, color test and updating, all these resolved, it will probably take him a week to finish a piece of artwork. Alright, and artwork like the Crouching Tiger really looks awesome. So the next question that we have for him is, for this preview card, what was the concept and the description that was given to him? Alright, so his answer is that he really loves this picture. The main idea of this picture was to simulate ancient Chinese scrolls and watercolors, which it was to represent a mythical tiger in the Valkor story. Alright, so Valkor, fans of Valkor, that might be something that is going to be shown, especially for the next preview card. The ninjas and monks of Valkor practice the tiger style of martial arts, conjuring the powerful chi energy blast to overpower their enemy. So it might be a preview of what's going to be for the next card that we are going to show, and it definitely feels like it's a card for ninja. Alright, and feels a bit like the old school martial artist kind of work. Alright, so in this scene, we see the mighty tiger dominating his enemy in a Chinese watercolor style. It wasn't easy to do it digitally, but he has done it very well. Alright, and he absolutely loves this result. Okay, so I also ask him a final question, which is, does he play FAB, Flesh and Blood? Yes, he has been learning for a while. So when he has time, he would play together with friends, although he may not be very good at it. But well, it helps, I think. Alright, so it amuses him a lot, and it helps him to know the mechanic of the card. With the mechanics of card, he's able to transmit the attack and defense in the illustration. So it could be something that helps to exemplify the art that he's going to draw, like in this art that we have, Crouching Tiger, that helps his art style. Alright, so we are going to head on to this second preview of the card. Let's take a look at what card and the full card of Crouching Tiger. Okay, so the full card. Alright, so it has ephemerate, and if Crouching Tiger would be put in Crouching Tiger would go anywhere, he would be in the banished zone. Okay, so before we preview on to the second card, let's take a look at the full card, Crouching Tiger. Alright, so ephemerate, if Crouching Tiger will be put into a graveyard from anywhere, instead it ceases to exist. And it has go again, it's a 0 cost, yellow pitch, 0 attack. So it really feels a little bit strange if you ask me, because it has a 0 attack and a 0 cost, and it's, if it will be put anywhere, if it will be put in the graveyard from anywhere, it would cease to exist. And the card that creates the the card that creates Crouching Tiger is Predatory Streak, and Predatory Streak creates Crouching Tiger in banished zone. So it feels a little bit strange, it feels a little bit different from the cards that we have seen thus far. So it really sees I mean, I'm really excited to see what's like the next chain it's going to be, and it's probably is our preview card for the next card that we're going to preview. So let's take a look at the next preview card that we have. Okay, so right. Okay, so the next preview card. Alright, so it is a card that's drawn by Rulz. Alright, hope I did not butcher his name too. And let's take a look at the card name. It is Pouncing Chi. And the card art that we have. Alright, the card looks awesome with the aura of the tiger enveloping this ninja. You can see the aura of the tiger up glowing, like the aura really makes it slightly more intimidating. So let's take a look at the cards that he has drawn for real. Okay, so we have several cards that's drawn by Rio. Alright, there are notable cards like Aether Ice Vein, Dustbreaker Senpai, Spring Tidings, which are, and also Evergreen, which are really played a lot in classic constructed format. Okay, so with our interview, likewise, let's take a look at the art of the card that we have. Alright, Pouncing Chi. You can see the aura of the tiger enveloping the ninja, the claws, and the vibrant colors that's in the art. So likewise, we did ask him to introduce himself. So he is a digital artist that has started around 11 years ago. Right now, he is a studio head in Caravan Studio and also doing freelance job with clients such as our Legend Story Studio for Flesh and Blood. Okay, so how did he start drawing for LSS? So he started working with LSS in 2019 when they were opening up for artist submissions. Alright, he reached out to them and have started working with them since then. So what is the card that he has drawn? The first card. Okay, so the first card he has drawn is Pitfall Trap, and which is his type of things. Okay, so he likes gore art, and the concept is about some kind of giant trap in the pit and underground place in the FAB lore. Alright, see the werewolf that has been impaled by the nails, it might not be the nails, but it's by impaled in the trap. Alright, so it's a two-headed giant werewolf, and I guess the concept that's given by LSS is a pretty open concept, which allows him to draw this art. Okay, so let's take a look at the next question that we have. In general, how long did it take for him to finish an artwork? So as he's always juggling between works, between main job and also other freelance job, he's usually on several deadlines on different projects. So generally it takes him up to a month to finish 2 pieces of work. So for this preview card, what was the description and the concept that was given to him? Okay, so the card title was actually given to him was actually Chi Unleashed, a kind of power that the clan uses from time to time. He wanted it to look intimidating, so the art was to have a low point of view to emphasize the sense of dominance by the martial artist, the strong force, power character jumping towards the viewer. It definitely gives us that feel. The background setting is also very nice with vibrant colors, and it has made the illustration more colorful. Okay, so our final question to him, does he play Flesh and Blood? Unfortunately, no, he has not, because he has been working on many different board games, TCGs, mobile games, and others. So this takes up most of his time, and he doesn't have free time to play. However, he does likes to collect them, and many of them are actually displayed in his studio. I really hope to see his studio someday of what other things that he has collected. Alright, so we will take a look at the full preview. Okay, so it is Pouncing Chi, and it is a combo card. Alright, so if Pouncing, if Crouching Tiger was the last attack in the combat chain, Pouncing Chi will get +1. Alright, so that sums up both of our preview card, and let's take a look at the full card that has been spoiled by us. Alright, so Pouncing Chi, if Crouching Tiger was the last attack in this combat chain, Pouncing Chi has +1 attack and go again. So what I'm guessing, Pouncing Chi would probably have 3 different colors: a red, a yellow, and a blue. So okay, so let's take a look and let's try to digest this a little bit. So the first card that we have that we know of the chain is Predatory Streak, a rainbow colored one that allows the card to create Crouching Tigers. So Crouching Tigers are created in a banish zone, and when they are played and resolves, when the combat chain closes, it goes back to the banish zone or cease to exist, to be, in a certain sense. Alright, so and the third chain link would be Pouncing Chi, would have gained an additional attack if Crouching Tiger was the previous chain link. So what I'm guessing is that we will have a Majestic that is on chain link 4, perhaps a Hidden Dragon that gets bonus from the number of Crouching Tigers that there are, or perhaps duplicate copies of Hidden Dragons that there are, or something different, something special from the Majestic, which I have no idea. It could be for the Majestic slot for the ninjas. Yeah, it's a very different concept from the previous sets that we have. So let's wait for more previews and wait for the full spoiler next week. So in the meantime, remember we have World Championship happening this weekend. So if you have decided to go to World Championship or the Calling or Battle Hardened in San Jose, remember to buy your tickets now, and live stream is also available on twitch.tv/channelfireball. Alright, so remember, if you would like to get any swags from World Championship, and if you are located in Oceania or Southeast Asia, our store is probably the best place you could get the swags. Alright, and that sums up our stream of Dynasty card preview. Enjoy, and we hope to have the chance to have another preview in the next set. Alright, thank you everyone. Enjoy your week and hope that it is a interesting set that we will have. Take care, bye bye.